Welcome, pastor, ministry leader, to this week's Marry the Vision V-Mail. I'm Ron Jutze, and for the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you some things that I pray will lift your spirit, strengthen you in your relationship with Jesus Christ, and encourage you in fulfilling the ministry assignment that He's entrusted to you. Today, I want to talk to you about the ministry gap. When the call is great, but the supply is limited. What do you do to obey the call of God upon your life when the supply that you have in your hand is limited to fulfill that call? I'm talking about limited volunteers, limited resources, limited facilities, maybe even limited time because you're bivocational. You see, the call of Jesus upon your life has stirred your spirit, and you know it's an honor. But it seems so great to fulfill when you're looking at or focusing on your limited supply to accomplish the Lord's task. So what do when what you currently have in your possession seems so limited to accomplish the Lord's task? Remember in Matthew 14, verses 15 through 20, and John 6, verses 4 through 13, it talks about Jesus feeding the 5,000. Remember the loaves and fishes, which were the limited supply, but it fed a multitude, which seemed limitless, right? Well, in Matthew 14, verse 15 through 17, the scripture says, "That evening, the disciples came to him and said, 'This is a remote place, and it's already getting late. Send the crowds away so that they can go to the villages and buy food for themselves.' But Jesus said, 'That isn't necessary. You feed them.'" You understand that, right? "But we have only 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. That's what they answered. Well, in that same account in John chapter 6, verse 7 through 9, here's what it says. Philip had replied, "Even if we worked for months, we wouldn't have enough money to feed them." That's how big the crowd was. Then Andrew, Simon Peter's brother, spoke up. "There's a young boy here with 5 barley loaves and 2 fish. But what good is that, the limited supply, with this huge crowd that seemed limitless?" You see the call? The instruction of the master is to feed the people, in this case, 5,000 plus, right? Instead of sending them away to feed themselves or to fend for themselves. Here's what's interesting. In Malachi chapter 2, verse 7, it reveals something about the call of God upon the messengers of the Lord. It says that the words of the priest should keep knowledge, right? And that the people should seek instruction from the priest. The words that come from their lips. Why? Because the priest is the messenger of the Lord. Now, it seems like your limited supply is hindering you in reaching, nourishing the vast multitude of spiritually hungry people that God has called you to reach. It's the ministry gap, and it's always going to be there. So, put what you have in the hand of the Lord, because it's His will to nourish the multitude. That's why that's what's in your heart. And here's where the miracle of multiplication takes place. He blesses the limited supply, and He multiplies it when it's shared then, after His blessing, to feed the multitude. Let's go back. Matthew chapter 14, verse 18 through 20. "Bring them here to me," He said. And He directed the people to sit down on the grass, taking the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, and looking up to heaven, He gave thanks and broke the loaves, and then He gave them to the disciples, and the disciples gave them to the people. They all ate and were satisfied, and the disciples picked up 12 baskets full of broken pieces that were left over. Whatever right now seems limited, start with what you have. Begin where you are. Give it and consecrate it to Jesus Christ. The miracle of multiplication happens after you give to Him the limited supply that's in your hands. And then when He blesses it, you extend it and start sharing it with those who are hungry or needy. You see, there are hungry people that Jesus wants to feed and nourish. That's His vision, and it's burning within you right now. So when you begin to focus on what you don't have, that becomes a distraction and actually delays the miracle of multiplication that Jesus wants to do to nourish those people that He's called you to care for. So today and every day, pastor, ministry leader, focus on giving to God what's in your hand right now. He's going to use that to nourish others. Begin with the people that are in your sphere of influence. Acknowledge what's in your hand meaning your current building, your finances, your people, your time, then consecrate it to Jesus, because he's very aware of what you have, but he's also very aware of what he's called you to do. Then you take what you have that you've consecrated to Christ, and you share what you have with the people that are in your sphere of influence. Don't hold back and wait till you have more time, more people, more resources, etc. No, share right now what you have. And if you do, and you're found faithful, more will be given to you. Now, Pastor, if this has been inspiring, insightful, and encouraging to you today, would you please share it with another pastor somewhere around the globe, a friend, or a ministry leader? Invite them to join our weekly V-mails. They can go to marrythevision.com and sign up for these weekly V-mails. Now, Pastor, here's where I really could use your help. Help me reach across the table and around the world to support pastors in fulfilling their ministry assignment. Help me reach them. Go to our website, send me people, or encourage them to come to Marry the Vision to sign up, where we can help and serve them. Until next week, this is Ron Jutze. I am radically committed to your success in Jesus Christ. God bless you.
Thank you for watching this video. Please take the time, browse other videos on our Marry the Vision YouTube channel. You can help us by subscribing, liking, leaving a comment, and sharing a video. Continue to pursue Jesus